Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from Winter Forest. Today let's continue our React using TypeScript for beginners. And today's topic we are focused on class components. Last topic we have did functional components. Now I cleaned up again. And last time we built a card and a message is using functional components. Now we are going to build another class components, so we get familiar how to write the class components in TypeScript. And how about we just write a countdown, C-O-U-N-T. And since this is TypeScript, we say TSX. And I have installed this library called ES7 React Redux GraphQL, and they have a lot of shortcut for me to generate the components. And for class components generate, you simply type RCC, and it generates the components. It actually just React JavaScript style. It haven't given any tab. Since we're going to have since class components have their own state, it actually take a pop and also take a state. But we are longer, in this demo I just show you how to take state inside here. And we're going to have a countdown, are going to count down from minutes, seconds until to 0. If I have this type, we need to define this type. You either use interface or just have a type state equal. If I have a minutes, in case I type in now, actually going to minutes, minutes is going to a number, and seconds are also going to a number. S-E-C-O-N-D-S. Okay, seconds also is a number. And since it is a countdown, we're going to use a few life cycle method. And this is kind of thing, it is action that VS Code provider. So when component real mounted are going to init the state, and when components did mount, so and are going to start a countdown. But when component unmounted, this intelligence action is VS Code provide. We component we are unmounted. Before time unmounted are going to clean this timer. You could use a timer or just clean the intervals. I'm going to use the intervals. So this is the timer. And this is, and we have the private method called the timer. Because in TypeScript, everything need a tab, and this actually is the object. Suppose it's the object. And I put in any, and actually is going to set the interval and by 1 second, then counting down. So like I said, when components real mounted are initial value, when what kind are going to count down. So if I have a minutes, like 2 minutes, and seconds, like 10 seconds, and the component did amount, it actually just the very simple, just set the interval. Inside here have a tick, and just the function going to tick, counting down from the initial value, and I'm going to write it later, and every 10 seconds. So how we count down? We first are going to see currently state, and we found the current. current state is the seconds and the minutes. So this is a distractor, and this shows triggering line because I haven't used it. So if seconds is greater than 0, then I just seconds minus 1. And the set state, you actually could pass a function that will invoke immediately. And what happened if seconds equal to 0? So if second equal to 0, we actually need to check if minutes also equal to 0. If minutes equal to 0, we actually need to clean the timer. We don't need to count it. So we actually count down finish it. Otherwise, we go into and set this dot set. If we put a function inside, it actually won't delay. So I'm going to have a minutes. My minutes is no. Misspelling second. And second will be 59. Because the 1 minute is 59, but actually Control F are going to change it because I have a type issue. MINUTS, I believe. If I replace everybody. And so this is going to do the countdown for us. Now we just simply display it. So we actually in here we still just I like distracted, so I don't need to keep typing this dot state. And if I have error, then the VS Code then won't be smart. If I don't have error, you see, they give me intelligence. So I have minutes, seconds. So when I'm going to display, I actually check minutes equal to 0 and seconds equal to 0. It means counting already finished. Then I just simply display done, or maybe just bastard. Okay, and if no, we just display and then remain. Remaining. Okay, it's minutes. Seconds. And seconds less than 10, we add we format it. We always have a 2 digit. Actually, I don't need to do this function kind of thing. Just seconds. Just do some format in here. Another thing is less necessary. Otherwise, just seconds. And now it's finished. And so let's see how we just define. So in these components, I don't take a pop. If you take a pop, you also need to define your pop. So when you use, you expect people to use this content need to have the popped. And for these components, people can use it straight away, and it will start indeed from 2 minutes 10 seconds. And now we write the code, and I expect this is default, so I could directly use the in here. Don't need to distract, so the input just like this one. The end, because I haven't finished it, already compiled. So now we could show the countdown. you see, in these components, I didn't expect any property, so only have their own state. The own state start from 2. Just the function start at the 0. Once you, because all keep this have a 2 digit, so you have a, once you finish it, then you just minus 1 from here. Once this 1 minute also can finish it, it shows the text. But you actually also could pass a parameter in here. So if you need instead from here, you could need from here, then you need to have a type in here. Since these components I did not expect any type, and then I didn't use it. And I believe if you use a type, if you pass the property this same structure in class components, because class components is won't going to change, only display what you passed in. So you just define something over there, and then you could counting from what you passed in instead you need from here. The more reusable. I think that's it. And for my next tutorial, we'll explain events, because at the moment we only display, but actually when you're working with a React, probably you have some action going to happen, like input. Yeah, maybe next tutorial we'll do input, take some action from the user. We just wait this. I'm going to wait this because I have 24 seconds to going to finish. You could wait. Let's wait this finish. Then it will show this text bastard. By the way, if you have any question or concern, just leave some comments in below the video. I will explain it. And now it show bastard. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.